Welcome back. Recent storms, flooding, and now a $16 billion bailout program with the tariff situation that we're facing within our country. All of that important and impacting local farmers. And joining us now is Patrick Kirchhoffer. He manages the Peoria areas for the Farm Bureau. And thank you so much for being here. A lot of things that are impacting farmers, a lot of conversations that are happening. What can you tell us about the state for farmers in our area right now? How are they feeling? What is the situation that they're facing at the moment?
Well, obviously, we don't have much corn or soybeans planted. And statewide, we've got about 50% of the corn planted, or nationwide, 50% of the corn planted. Statewide, only about 25% planted. And I've talked to several farmers during the last couple of days, and in this area, I would say it's probably around 30 to 35% in Peoria County where the corn is planted. Soybeans is much less than that, and we haven't seen spring like this in many years.
And in context, if I'm not mistaken, this time last year or in years past, most of that would have already been planted. If I'm not mistaken, at least 90% and higher of that would have already been done.
Yeah, last year at this time, most of the crop would have been in, and we just had an ideal spring planting season last May. It turned warm and dry the first part of May, and most of the crop was planted the last 2 weeks in April, the first week in May. And typically, on a normal year, that's the case. I mean, we've got a majority of the crop planted by the second or third week in May.
Yeah, and obviously the flooding and all of that has really taken a hit to the farmers. What would be needed as far as from a planting perfect scenario for them to get back on track?
Well, we need dry weather, we need warm weather, and some wind doesn't hurt either to dry the soil out. But with these training storms, it seems like that keeps coming through, you know, every day, every night, it's just impossible for the farmers to get out there. And so they just got to be patient. You know, that's all they can do is be patient, wait until, you know, the storms clear, the fields dry up, and with today's technology, the large planters, they can plant a lot of acreage in a few days.
And speaking of being patient, how about, you know, the patience that they've had when it comes to the tariff situation between the U.S. and China, the trade war that's going there? Yesterday, President Trump announced that there is going to be relief in $16 billion in a bailout program for farmers. From your understanding and talking with other farmers in the area, what's the response from that? I've heard those who are really excited, think it's going to be a good solution. Those who are saying it's not enough. What are farmers saying about the bailout program and how will that benefit our area?
Well, it's up to $16 billion, the way I understand it, and it would come in 3 payments. And the first payment would come last part of July, first part of August. And then if Congress deemed necessary, additional payments would be paid in November and then January of 2020. But I think what they want to do is wait and see what the weather is going to do, how much farmers actually get planted yet this spring, and then they'll determine what the payments will be on down the road.
Just one last quick question, quick answer, because we're running out of time here. Do you think for farmers in our area that they would rather have the bailout program or an end to the tariff and trade war situation?
Well, they'd rather have an end to the tariff and trade situation. Farmers would rather let the market dictate what they're going to get paid for their commodities.
Well, in the meantime, hopefully that relief can help as well. Thank you so much. Patrick Kirchhoffer from the Peoria area and the Farm Bureau. Thank you so much.